Greetings, YouTube. I know that this channel, amongst many, is still not a big fan of Ebony Coleslaw, Ebony Maw. But for at least one fight, and a very, very, very long fight, we can see how Ebony Coleslaw is OP against the 7.3.1 Taskmaster boss. Shout out to Anthony here, who picks up this video 349 hits in. And as you can see, Ebony just stands there and then every once in a while hits. Now, this is a unawakened, what appears to be rank 1 6-star. So you're not going to do a lot of damage. And obviously, this would be a very different fight had Ebony Coleslaw had suicides on. Because the recoil damage, I'm sure, would have knocked him out 30 minutes ago. Maybe not that long. But Ebony Coleslaw saved him so many revives. Because as you can see, Taskmaster can't hit him. He has mastered the Ebony Coleslaw, standing there looking like a ghost. And in terms of being a ghost, he is a ghost. And so he's just chilling. Over 400 hits. Thank you for not making this a 20-minute video, Anthony, by sending this to the channel 300 plus hits in. Because we get the idea. But it is worth noting that every time he does damage, he's saving potions, he's saving revives, he's saving units. And yes, we may never see what Kabam Broccoli described as the most powerful OP champion in the history of the game with what Ebony Coleslaw was intended to be. Ebony without a flaw is probably what I would have called him. Ebony, don't fight this guy in Alliance War or else you'll use all your units and potions and revives. And I get that's part of why they nerfed him less than 24 hours before he was released. They didn't want somebody who is so powerful in war that if you didn't have Ebony Maw, you were screwed. I remember when Iron Man Infinity War was like that. It became who has him and who doesn't. And way further back from that, when Medusa came out and Medusa was everyone's final boss. Of course, the OG final boss for Alliance War for the first couple years I played was Magic. And that's kind of why Blade was invented. It wasn't to break the game. Blade was to be the Magic Slayer, and they were able to nerf Magic without actually nerfing her individually. They just made a counter that negated her from being an Alliance War boss. But again, it went from Magic to Medusa. And I'm sure it's done several iterations since then. But because I don't do Alliance War and I don't want to learn about Alliance War, I just don't ask. He is 5 hits, make that 3 hits from 500. He just got to 500 hits. And Taskmaster is still at 43%. So, yes, this is a crazy long fight, and maybe your time is worth more to you than this. Maybe you think that instead of using Ebony Maw, you'll use somebody else, and even if you have to use more revives or potions, etc., it'll be worth it. And if that's you, I get it. I'd probably feel the same way. But maybe you want to clear some of 7-1, and you don't have that many units to spare. Well, this is the video for you, right? Anthony, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony, has put this together for you and for the channel. And, you know, this is just a snapshot of what this fight looks like. He's not going to give us the full fight because, again, I didn't want him to, as that would take way too long and probably not be worth your time. But I did want him to show us about 5 minutes worth just to get the idea. And so he is finally knocked out here. But before that, he had done how many hits? 538, maybe? 543. 550. Okay, he did over 550. Maybe over 560. Let's look at that. Look at the heavies. Yeah, 556 was what he finished on. Wow. Well, again, I'm not saying this is the fast the fastest or even best option, but this is an example of Ebony Coleslaw looking OP, being OP, and having some utility. And you know I always like to highlight that from champions. Thank you to Anthony for passing this on. I hope this helps somebody out there if they're struggling with this Taskmaster 731 boss.